I had a bunch of ideas for some videos to do. I ultimately decided on doing this narcissistic replacement. When a narcissist decides to steal somebody else's glory or replace them. Uh, when I was president of these people, it was revealed to me that the narcissists of this church are entitled to your glory. And basically what they kind of do with the portal out there that lets them see the future, not really, but it basically finds people who are going to be great, they kill them, and then they fucking take their place. And they're like, now I get to be great, because I have all the traits. But I wanted to talk about the narcissistic heavy metal brain dissociation disorder. Or, I don't know if you call it a disorder if the other person's just really good at it. Basically makes the person a chameleon. When I was in high school, there was this idiot named Zach, and I used to wear this green scarf and gray hoodie. And I'd run around with my green scarf and gray hoodie and act like Ed. And one day I mentioned at the lunch table that I was irreplaceable because I was the only person in my school that did what I did. Yeah. And then Zach came in one day and he was like, when I was little, I used to spray paint my head white and I wore a scarf and I ran around acting like Ed from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. And I said, cool. And then he was like, and actually, I've been running around the school acting like Ed from Ed, Ed, and Eddie and wearing a scarf. I was like, you're not wearing a scarf right now. If anybody you know, especially if you know the church I'm talking about, and they start saying things like, I did these things, they're trying to replace you, and they're trying to tailor their facade into replacing you. So what I said to Zach was, I was like, Zach, are you like trying to copy me or trying to replace me because you don't have any fame or glory or any glory of your own? You don't have a thing that's uniquely yourself, so you're just gonna like kill me and take my shit? And I was joking. I said that as a joke. I wasn't being serious. I was kidding. And he froze and he was like, he changed his name to David and was telling people his name was David because David is a better name. I was just, whatever, dude. I'm not dealing with that head case because even his girlfriend at the time, before she went cuckoo caca, was like, he has multiple personalities, he has all these gods in his head, he sits around talking to himself as he's fucking crazy. He's fucking crazy. He's crazy because he's part of a crazy fucking cult. Okay. And I don't know where to fucking, like, you go with that. My point about this is narcissistic chameleonism, where a narcissist sees somebody and goes, I'm going to replace that person, slip right in there. And this is homewrecker psychology, by the way. There's unbounded love between these people, and I want it for myself, so I'm going to homewreck that person, steal the love and get it. And then the problem with the individual every time with a homewrecker isn't that they're not getting the love. It's the fact that they are not themselves receiving the love. They are not being loved by the other individual. They're not letting the love get in. This is an actual thing with homewreckers. Okay. And narcissists, because narcissists do this. They'll see somebody, want to replace them, kill them, replace them, and then fucking be like, I'm this guy, and they just stand there with a big smile on their face, and they're like, but then nothing's happening. Because they're not letting it happen. But here's the sad truth. If it is true that every heavy metal that was put in my head, with the exception of cadmium, because I remember Anal Eating Mummy God was like, I gotta research cadmium. Mercury, all the bullshit these assholes did to my brain to fuck up my brain, which is what they did. They fucked up my brain. And my emotions exist behind a wall that I can't properly feel in a correct form. They have the same problem. And this is the shit I talked about. With the lead brains, you crave sensation, anything at all. You just want to feel. Everything becomes a rush. And this explains why they love suffering, because it's a rush. It's something. They feel something. They'll feel anything at all. They are the already dead. They are the already dead. Okay. Where was I going with this? Total brain fart. And the other problems I have, feeling joy or everything, honestly. Like, I don't once again, I don't know why anybody would do this to their brain outside of they're an idiot, but I think the other side of it is all these other parts of your brain, all these other facets, when you destroy them, you just become ego. You become the amygdala, 2 trillion% ego. And that's where the psychotic killing and all the crazy shit comes from, because you're unbalanced. You're unbalanced as fuck. You eliminated all your regulators, and you're like, I'm going to take complete control of this, and then demonstrate that you don't have any self-control to begin with. Like, everything you do is a reaction, and you're reacting even if you're covering it up. You're just hiding the reaction. And this is what the facade does, and this is what the thing with the malignant narcissist. Everything is fucking hidden, okay? Everything they do is behind a mask. They cannot hide it. Unlike myself, who's made a complete ass of himself in all these fucking videos, revealing that I don't have a facade. I'm just some idiot. I'm a loser, and that this is the path of the loser, by the way, because I've ripped myself apart. I have ripped myself apart trying to work up the bravery to go do this thing, and it's been 2.5 years, and I can't do it. I don't have it. I don't have it. And it's regretful to say that I am a loser, but I'm a loser. That's just how it is. I'm a fucking loser. And I knew before all this began, way back in Ackworth, I begged them not to do this, and they did it anyways. Like, and I knew I was gonna fail. I knew I didn't have it, and I knew from the beginning I didn't fucking have it. Like, I knew the entire fucking time I didn't fucking have it. I don't have it. Like, and this is the thing that makes me so sad about this, is I was just fucking ignored, and that's like the worst thing in the world, because if somebody tells you this is a bad idea and then you do it anyways and they get killed or everything goes bad, you can't say it's their fault, because they knew from the beginning they couldn't do it to begin with. They couldn't fucking handle it. And I already explained I couldn't fucking handle it. Like, I don't know. Yeah. But as I was talking, even Blondie at Papa John's, when he was like, I could steal your glory and lie and say I'm the one that reported the church, and then everybody will like me. And dude, when you watch these people, when they get these things, you can see the dementedness. You can see the crazy that hides behind the facade. You can see how unwell they actually are versus how well they pretend to be. The inability to process their own emotions, the inability to have introspective. I did not have introspective down here. Even watching my old videos, I was working so hard on introspective, I didn't fucking have it. And this is another thing about heavy metal poisoning, is it slowly erodes away all your psychological abilities. It erodes away your ability to sympathy, empathy, introspective, fucking complex thought, critical thinking, fucking, it erodes all that away to make you stupider. And these people are like, the stupider you are, the more powerful you are, because you're incredibly fucking stupid. Like, dude, it would be like if somebody just wanted to wage war against, like, intelligence, and their only way of waging war is to poison themselves and everybody around them with heavy metals. Yeah. My point about this is, it makes sense that Kevin and David and the rest of these idiots at Papa John's, when they tried to use introspective, they used stupid perspective. They used idiot logic and everything, and I was so confused about that, because in my brain, introspective was a fucking normal ability. And then it degraded, and then it degraded, and then it degraded, and my brain just kept degrading and degrading and degrading, because it was constantly being destroyed with heavy metals. Like, yeah. The other side of this is black and white thinking, rigid thinking, psychopathy. Every fucking issue that everybody dared point out to me in the YouTube videos, they all come from heavy metal poisoning. You don't, once again, you don't get to do something to somebody, and then when whatever the reaction you did happens, get mad that that's what happened, because that's what happened. You made that person a psychopath. Okay, that is what you did. You fucked that person's mind up. You have to have agency in this, but this is the problem. None of the church leaders have agency. One of the guys from the church I spoke to at Papa John's had this smug fucking, like, and we were talking. It was just being a smug prick. And then he was like, basically, Yeah, but who's gonna make me? Who's gonna give me agency? Who's gonna force me to have agency? Because without, agency is a burden that stops you from being your highest self. Okay, so I was like, so your highest self is a piece of shit? Like, fucking whatever, man. And I think about it, it's kind of sad. Like, even now, just my inability to move through pressure has basically ruined everything in my life. And I think it always will. Uh, I don't have the ability to be genuinely courageous, and it's funny because as a kid, I used to do things that scared me all the time. Like walking across that bridge that was like partially built when I was a kid, going into the dark woods. I used to do things that terrified me, and I did them to prove I could be courageous. But whatever I felt then obviously wasn't courageousness because I thought it was courageousness, but apparently it's not courageousness. And the other side of it is whatever pressure is, like anything serious or whatever, I just shut the fuck down and I can't process it. And it's regretful for the whole world that I have this disorder, and I wish there was some kind of treatment for it or some kind of drug, but there really isn't, you know. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this rant. It's just my thoughts for now, you know. Due to my inability to move through pressure, I have lost potentially a great female companion. I have lost billions of dollars. I have lost my ability to, I guess, have any form of real integrity because I can't move through pressure. There is just something critically wrong with me, and it wasn't done by me. It was done by other people, and then they're just like, deal with it. Like, fuck you, man. That's what I say. Fuck you. And I don't really, dude. I don't even. I was trying to comprehend this logic, cause I don't. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I remember Blondie, this stupid conversation where he was explaining to me what you do is pretend like nothing's wrong. Like, even if somebody did something to you and you know your brain isn't working, is you pretend like nothing's wrong and then you just keep going. And I was like, that's dangerous. And I told him, I was like, I can't really think of a great analogy for this, but your logic is like if somebody was driving a car and they suddenly had a seizure, but they were like, I can't let anybody know there's something wrong or else I'll appear weak. So I'm just going to keep driving even though my vision's going out. I'm losing the sensation in my hands and we're doing 90 miles an hour on the highway. You're just going to get everybody else killed because you can't admit that the other person got you. Like, and in Blondie's brain, admitting the other person got you is a death sentence. And everything's an extreme. Everything's a death sentence. Weakness, death sentence. Vulnerability, death sentence. Death sentence. Death sentence. And it's just fuck off, man. Get the fuck away from me. He's the most mentally unhealthy person on the planet. All the church leaders are. They're the most mentally unhealthy people on the planet, and yet they want to pretend that they're mentally healthy. Like, whatever, dude. A superior being wouldn't have gotten these results. Just gonna state that statement right now. Yeah. But I realized, abandoning this course that was killing me and getting psychological help is honestly like, it's me putting myself first. I guess you could argue this is a form of self-love to some extent, but on the other end, like, I'm not proud of it. Like, it doesn't feel like self-love. It feels like abandonment, but I couldn't tell you if I'm abandoning myself or what I was trying to do, and I think that's just life.